Imagine this. You are praised as the kind one, the one who never says no, the one who absorbs everyone's pain, who soothes every conflict, who gives until your own cup is not just empty, but cracked. You have built your identity on this altar of selflessness. Now, picture the quiet, relentless erosion within. That simmering resentment no one sees. The exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. The hollow echo where your own desires once lived. This is not burnout. This is the silent, sacred crime of kindness turned against itself. We are taught kindness is an unconditional good, a moral absolute. But what if the purest form of kindness you've been practicing is, in truth, a slow form of self-annihilation? What if your greatest virtue is also your most sophisticated cage? There is a profound and unsettling paradox at play here. The very act meant to connect us to others can sever us from our own soul. We must ask the dangerous question: when does giving become a betrayal of the self? When does compassion become complicity in your own disappearance? This is the hidden architecture of a silent suffering. We begin not with answers, but by staring into this contradiction, where light and shadow are forged from the same flame. The problem is not kindness itself, but the unconscious engine driving it. We must excavate the shadow. Carl Jung warned that what we do not bring to consciousness appears in our lives as fate. Your relentless kindness may be fate disguised as virtue, a compulsion born not of freedom, but of hidden contracts. You give to feel secure, to avoid conflict, to earn love, to outsource your worth. Philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer saw compassion as the foundation of morality, but he distinguished it from the pathological self-surrender that arises from a weak sense of self. Your kindness, then, can be a metaphysical failure, a quiet refusal to bear the dignified burden of your own existence. Here lies the psychological trap. This behavior is often reinforced by societal and spiritual narratives that glorify martyrdom, conditioning you to believe your value is directly proportional to your utility to others. You are praised for your silence, for your endless capacity. This praise becomes a poison, a reinforcement of the very mechanism that hollows you out. The identity of the kind one becomes a prison, and the warden is your own fear of being seen as selfish, of being unloved, of confronting the formidable, unadorned truth of who you are when you stop giving. What unseen cost does this extracted identity demand from your future? If this exploration of the shadows within resonates with you, subscribe to continue this journey into the hidden architectures of the self. Let us know in the comments. Have you ever felt your own kindness turn into a quiet cage? The cost is paid in the currency of your own reality. This unseen force silently shapes your world into a paradox. The more you give, the more you invite exploitation, not from monsters, but from ordinary people whose own needs naturally expand to fill the space you endlessly provide. Your boundless kindness trains others to see you not as a whole person, but as a function, a resource. Neurologically, you reinforce pathways that associate your worth with surrender, making authentic assertion feel like a violation of your core identity. Culturally, you become complicit in your own erasure. You condition your circle to expect your compliance, and any deviation is met not with malice, but with bewildered disappointment, a far more devastating punishment. This is the trap of conditioned generosity. You create a world where your genuine needs become unspeakable, buried under the resentment you dare not express. The consequence is a life lived by proxy, where your actions are echoes of others' desires, and your inner voice fades into a polite whisper. But what if this erosion is not an end, but a silent, desperate signal? A buried call to arms from the self you abandoned? What would it mean to answer it? The rebellion begins with a single, heretical act, to place your own humanity on the same level as another's. This is not a shift toward cruelty, but toward integrity, a radical integration of the self. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, often misunderstood, called for a reevaluation of all values. He saw pity as a draining force, but championed a powerful, overflowing generosity that comes from abundance, not depletion. Your rebellion mirrors this, to build an inner citadel so strong that your kindness becomes a choice, not a compulsion. Start by drawing a sacred boundary not with anger, but with silent, unshakable respect for your own existence. Say no as a complete sentence. Observe the resulting tension, not as a failure, but as the necessary friction of becoming real. This is the counterintuitive key. True kindness cannot exist without the capacity for its opposite. It must be volitional. Historical and artistic breakthroughs often came from those who rejected the demands of their milieu to honor their inner truth. You must reclaim the territory of your own attention. Prioritize the whisper of your own need until it becomes a voice you recognize, then a voice you trust. This is how you stop being a secret martyr and start becoming an authentic sovereign. But what is the ultimate source of that sovereignty? The ultimate truth is this: the highest form of kindness is not self-sacrifice, but self-completion. Your first and most sacred duty is to become a coherent self. The love or help you offer from a place of fullness is of a different quantum than the currency you begrudgingly spend from emptiness. One builds, the other merely trades. Viktor Frankl, surviving the camps, realized that the last of human freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Your foundational attitude must be one of existential self-respect. This redefines reality. Your past struggles were not a failure of goodness, but a misguided search for wholeness in the reflections of others. True compassion flows from the overflow of an integrated spirit. It asks, what is needed? Not what will make me liked. It is clean, clear, and powerful. It can be fierce. It can say no. It can withstand being misunderstood. So let this haunt and inspire you. The world does not need your depletion. It needs your presence, your full, complicated, boundaried, and potent presence. That is the final, most revolutionary kindness: to stop disappearing, to stand, finally, in your own light, and from that unassailable place, to see and to serve what is truly real. Kindness is often seen as a purely positive trait, something we should all strive for. We tend to view kind people as selfless and compassionate, and being kind is often encouraged as a way to make the world a better place. But is it possible that there's more to kindness than meets the eye? If this final truth has shifted something within you, subscribe to forge a new path forward, together. What part of your own light are you ready to stand in? Share your realization in the comments below.